Welcome to the One Up Podcast. I am your host, El Caballo, a.k.a. Tony. Here with my co-host in the building. Got my dog, DJ Doey Fresh.
What up? What up?
Also in the building, the bald one, the great one, Pucho is in the building.
What's going on, my brother?
Not much, man, not much.
Got this new water bottle. Look at that.
With a straw? Flip straw? You like the flips?
It's fire. Got the little handle.
That does look really, it looks
like
nifty.
I like the other one.
He used to have that big tank of
that's
water.
the one I like.
And
Too heavy for your arms?
it was a lot. I think one time it threw my shoulder out. I'm not even gonna lie. I used to have, I downgraded to a 1.5 liter bottle. I used to have, I think, a 2.2 liter bottle. It was girthy, and I think one time, my shoulder started hurting, and then I started picking it up with two hands, and my shoulder pain started going away. And I was like, I wonder if it was the bottle. And I downgraded, never came back. So I'm like, maybe it was a little too much weight, you know.
I had the Thor hammer of cups. That shit is ridiculous.
It's pretty big.
Also in the building, the Texas one without a gun, Mateo.
I'm just glad that I got upgraded this week, and I'm a host again and not just a guest.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry about that. The substitute teachers never work out. Although I must say, when I went back to watch it, obviously to do the timestamps and stuff, I was like, wow. I expected Doughboy to shit on me, but Jesus, don't fuck it up right after you fucking shit on me. It was funny. I actually enjoyed it. It was a good episode.
I was in my hosting bag, okay? Some would like to say.
Your bag had a hole in it.
Huh?
Some would say that New York didn't send their best. Okay, they're sending their dope. Nah, I was going for a Trump quote, but it wasn't working. Man.
I think it hit the spot.
I was about to call you a rapist and a thief, and I was like, I mean, that's what Trump said, right? About Mexico, crazy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Nobody was mad about that.
But talking about water dispensers, I had this thing that I found on on Amazon the other day, and it's a little a desktop water cooler. It's got a little mini 2.5 liter jug. It looks like those water jugs, and you can dispense water out of it. But I was thinking, if I pre-made myself some cocktails and I tossed him in there before the podcast, I could just pour myself cocktails right here on my desk. Wouldn't have to get up, do anything.
That would be disastrous. I've thought about that. Putting a bunch of whiskey in something like this, you'll probably die.
Yo, you're talking about you're talking about that water bottle that you could put a flavor tab in it, right?
No, that would be smart though.
It's
too,
on
right?
TikTok. It's old now, but it was my sister has it. It's a water bottle that you fill up with water, and it has a flavor pouch you put in, and you can measure it to how strong you want the flavor to be. People put vodka and then put a fruit punch flavor thing, and they're drinking straight vodka, but they're not tasting the vodka; they're tasting the flavor of the juice.
That's dangerous.
Killer.
That is dangerous.
Are those the Gatorade pouches or something like that?
I don't know what it. I forgot the name of it. She has it though. She says she's tried it. I'm like, bro, little bit of Canada Dry with some whiskey. You'll be drunk all fucking day long. Dangerous game.
So no flavor pouch?
What do you mean?
You just went for a regular Canada Dry. You could just put that in a regular cup. This has nothing to do with
I mean, yeah, no. That's just the alcohol. I don't want juice, really. But nah. I do want to invest in a bigger mug, but the problem is there's no cup holder spots for your truck for it. It's just what the fuck you do with that big thing?
There's one that the kids were going crazy about on TikTok because it's a big ass mug, but the bottom specifically fits into cup holders. That's I guess that's the reason why everyone was excited about it on a TikTok. I forget what brand it was. I'm not a TikTok person. I catch the TikTok that makes its way to Twitter basically because I'm old.
Some would say in Better Call Saul, Kim Wexler should have bought Saul Goodman a cup like that so it could fit in his Mercedes cup holder.
Some would say
he downgraded his car just off the strength of the European cup holder size.
Some would say that his entire downfall was due to Kim Wexler, and they're wrong. They're completely wrong. They're way wrong.
What?
Justice for Nacho. That's all I'm saying.
Damn.
Justice for Nacho. But hold on, real quick question. Last week, right? While watching the episode, I came across this gem in our library of one up, and it's all the box. And I was thinking to myself, like, damn, we need to do a Bach episode where the people see, excuse me, where the people would see us Baching in. I miss that shit, bro. I don't know why. I like the box. The box gave us good energy.
The box must have been hard to sync up in the audio sense, though.
It couldn't have been that hard.
Do a Bach and then 2 claps.
I can't wait for Tony to have to edit out here talking about, oh, it can't be that hard.
Right.
Oh, it can't take that long.
People always say some shit until they do it. They're like,
Tony
fuck.
be like, oh, I'm down to edit. I'm down to do the editing. I'm like, cool, get the software, set it up. It could be fucking crickets. You never hear from Tony again. It's like, this happened like 3 different times. I'll try the editing. I'm like, cool, get on there, download the software. Not even like, what's the login? Not even. It's just crickets. It just dies right there. It's a gesture.
Super unfair. Super unfair.
We need to launch a channel on our One Up Discord that's only for editors. You have to get a special permission to access this channel, just so we can get all our editing podcast buddies together. And we can all just complain to each other about all the bullshit we have to deal with when we're editing.
I like that.
That actually is a good idea.
Yeah, I would say so. Maybe we can just make them do the editing for us without them even knowing. Like, hey, could you guys like try to do this? Give us an example of how you would run this through. Be like free labor. Damn, thinking like a
confused.
boss.
Tony's such a capitalist.
Yeah.
Capitalizing off of his
But
friends.
I've heard Tony insult me by calling me a capitalist.
He is
Isn't
a
that
capitalist. Pucho is a fucking capitalist.
Why is he a capitalist?
The man only wants to make money, have robots make money, don't want to pay people shit. The man is a capitalist, bro. Me and Ever's been fighting with Pucho almost our whole life that he is a capitalist.
No. All right, the whole Pucho's a capitalist. All right, this started from there was this video called "Humans Need Not Apply." This came out maybe like 2015, and it was just showing all the things that AI and robots are going to be capable of. Like they're going to take over driving jobs, they're going to take over fast food jobs, they're going to take over. They're even capable of making music. We're seeing it now. Google just dropped an AI, by the way. Y'all should check that shit out. Google just dropped an AI. It's not released for the public, but you could see like what it's capable of. And all you do is type to this AI. You just tell it, make me a song that kind of has like a hip hop beat with a woman's vocals, high pitch with a lot of crash cymbals and a lot of bass, and make it sound like a song that Future would make. Bro, and that shit generates a song exactly like that, bro. And it's funny because they even put vocals and shit like that in there, but the AI doesn't actually use words, so it just sounds like simish or whatever the fuck. So it's like blah, 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 but it sounds fire. Like you sit there, listen, and you'd be like, oh shit! Like soon rappers are gonna start
like workshopping their songs
workshopping songs through an AI, getting something out of it and taking that as the basis to their songs and going, all right, bet now I just gotta write bars to this cadence. Now I like this beat, I'm gonna tweak this and that, and like the music production is gonna be quicker. But anyways, AI is gonna be capable of doing all of these things. And the conversation was Ever and Tony were on some like, we need to stop it. We can't let this start. We got to nip it in the bud. And I'm just talking about, I was like, you're going to halt like technological progress, like to prevent problems. We need to maximize technological progress while minimizing problems. So if that means like a lot of people get out of work because like they lose their jobs because AI is like taking over things, it's like, all right, maybe we need to come up with like a universal basic income or something else so that these people could live, and then they could just do other shit. Or we need to reform how we think about society. But nah, they're like, no. We need to halt. We need to halt everything. We need to stop it, nip it in the bud, so we don't run into problems. And it's like, all right, I guess we just live in the Stone Age so that like the people who make the stone tools never lose their jobs. You know what I mean? Like it'd be weird. Like
we got this comment on our video where we're talking about the 4-day work week and how the U.S. should or should not switch to that. And someone commented and they said, "Sounds like someone that doesn't want to work." And you know what? Yeah, man, who the fuck wants to work? In my
That's-
ideal life, I'm not working. I'm just doing my leisure hobbies and activities. Why would you want to work?
That's that boomer like mentality that all these old Senate people. It's like that's their mentality of it.
That guy never clocks out of work. Like once it's time for him to go home, he's just like, nah, I want to keep working. I love
I'm
my
gonna
job.
keep-
Fuck my
yeah.
family. Fuck
Hey
my
boss,
household.
you got anything else for me to do?
I hate those people.
Hey,
It's like,
hey, boss. Hey,
you got
hey,
any
boss.
more of them hours? You got
Like a fiend.
Hey, boss. Can I just set up a sleeping bag under my desk and I'll just take like a 2-hour nap and I'll get right back to work.
The go hards, bro. It's like work is not everything, ladies and gentlemen. Live a little bit. They're gonna replace you when you die or you get fired or whatever. Like you're replaced. Like don't put your whole life into a job that's gonna just shit you out. You know what I mean? Unless you're the owner. That,
My
you know.
job used to want me to be at the front desk 30 minutes early, 2:30, and I start at 3. Once I started to like have to leave at like 11, and I'm like, why am I coming 30 minutes early? Like, what am I doing this for? I'm like, nah, yo, when I took those 30 minutes back, I was a happier man.
The facts.
I was in the morning, I was like, I'm gonna
Hold
watch a
on.
video.
When did you take these 30 minutes back? Because I remember like maybe a year or so ago, we got into a big argument and I was like, it makes no fucking sense. Why would you get there 30 minutes early and then leave 30 minutes early? Why don't you just get there when you're supposed to get there and leave when you're supposed to leave? And you're just
Yeah.
like, that's how my job works. So I'm like, you're just, it's courteous. You're being nice to people. I was like, I
I have
didn't
no idea,
understand.
bro. You go to a place and every building has different politics in it.
Let's see.
When
30
you
minutes
do-
early, 30 minutes out early.
some places let you leave early. You get there on time, and then if there's nothing left to do, you could leave like an hour and a half, 2 hours early.
Well, to be on Doe's side, and mind you, I don't really do that as much. But his job, you're relieving somebody, so you get there a
Yes.
little early. You're kind of helping that next man out. So
Yeah.
it vice versa for him as well. So I mean,
But if one person stops doing it, that's it.
Fucks
There's
up the
no
whole
that's it. They fucked the whole shit up, and that's what happened.
That's
and then I was
crazy.
like, yo, if I'm why am I doing this? If I, you know what I mean? I'm just giving the man 2 more hours a week of my time or something like that.
Right. And I guess my point was just like, yeah, if you get there 30 minutes early, you're relieving somebody, but you're also suffering by getting there 30 minutes early. And then
Yeah.
now you're banking on somebody else getting in 30 minutes early to relieve you.
and, it
And
won't
even if that
happen.
happens, you're working the same shift. Everybody's working the
same
same number of
thing,
hours. So
yeah.
it's like, why go through that complication and the stress and the drama of not participating in that, when if everybody just adhered to their schedules, there'd be no drama. Like, there'll be no problems.
That's that Office Space shit where it's the chicks got the flair and they're like, I noticed you only have the bare minimum amount of flair. We really like people that, wear 35 pieces of flair. She's like, why don't you
He's
just
like,
raise the
no.
fucking bare minimum then? Why don't you just tell me you
Yeah.
have to wear 35?
Now the worst part is he does the shit that business that companies do. They didn't tell her I'd really like if you wore 35 pieces of flair. They were telling her, I just wish you would just express yourself. And she's like, the rule is 15 pieces of flair. I'm wearing 15 pieces. What's the problem? Well, we just like our employees to just be themselves, express. He's like, look at Chuck over there. Chuck has 37 pieces of flair. That's a guy who's expressing himself. It's like, you want me to wear 37? I don't want you to wear 37 pieces because Chuck is doing it, or I want him to. I would just want you to express it. And it's like, what is happening here? Like,
They're using like a language to beat around the bush.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Movie holds up, man. Movie still holds up.
yeah. I
Spend
bet you
way-
these guys haven't watched Office Space.
No,
spent-
I
Office
haven't.
Space. I've started. I never finished it.
Here's our 90-second review option, dude.
Yeah,
The 90-second
listen.
review. I think there's some meat there. That's going to
I
be a
have
new
been
segment.
watching some space horror though.
Yeah.
Before
Well-
we move on to the
oh,
next topic,
okay.
all right? We just tell the people, okay? We're going to try to do these 30, 60, 90-second reviews. We don't know what. We're just going to show somebody who doesn't know a movie. So we'd pick a person who hasn't seen a movie. show them some number of seconds of that movie, and then have them both review the movie and also guess the plot and the whole thing of the movie. We'll see how entertaining this is. But is this something we were workshopping earlier? We're gonna give it a shot.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it's exciting.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right to it. Nintendo Direct. Drop some fire. Some good. I don't really see too much bad, but let's get right into it. No bullshit around. Pucho, tell me this magical list of yours that you have for...
All right. Do we want to hit everybody with just a bombardment, or do we want to just take turns sharing
we'll take
something
turns.
that we like?
Yeah,
All right.
we
go
go
So
ahead.
something that I saw that I enjoyed, okay? And I'm not going super original here, okay? It had already been in a PlayStation conference, but even still, I've been a fanboy since I was a child. I saw Mega Man Battle Network Collection. Tony gets so mad, okay? Get triggered because they're just re-releasing old games. It's just games I never got a chance to play. I played the first Battle Network a little bit, and I saw it. I was hyped. I was like, all right, I'm excited for this. I'm probably gonna play it on PlayStation anyways. But still, when I saw it there, I was like, oh shit! I forgot it's coming, and it's coming soon. I'm looking forward to this.
And
The
just
Blue Bomber's been my homie since a child.
just to defend myself, I didn't really play much of it back in the day, so I'm not gonna hate on it because I'm also liking that game as well. Just so
Is
you
that
know.
the like the turn-based one or whatever? That's the weird one of the weird departures from the series?
That you drop the bomb in a little maze map like a Pac-Man thing, and then you try to like eliminate? Yeah,
Oh.
right.
Huh.
That's what you're talking about, right? Or you're talking about physical Bomberman, the blue guy.
No, not Bomberman. It's Mega Man.
Yeah, the Blue
Oh,
Bomber.
Mega! I heard Bomberman.
The Blue Bomber.
Oh, I heard blue. I heard Bomber. All right, yeah,
Nah,
Mega Man. Yeah, that's fine too.
Yeah, but yeah, it is a big departure. Instead of like an action game, it's like it's still an action game like on a grid, but you use like cards to. You gotta like make a deck and then use the card deck to like attack, but it's still like action. You gotta like dodge attacks and stuff like that. It's cool.
It seems like my kind of jam. I think I'd be into that. Tell me why this Samba de Amigo game actually looks pretty fucking rad.
With
I
the
never played-
maracas.
Yeah, I
The
never played the
Maraca
original
action.
one, but this looks like it could be a fun party game, dude. I don't know. I'm missing party games right now.
Yeah. It definitely looks like it could be fun with friends.
Mhm.
And it looks like they took Beat Saber. They kind of stole Beat Saber a little bit. So
Damn,
it looks
Pucho
good,
was
though.
red there for a sec.
yeah, big red.
I am very interested for that Castlevania game.
Yeah,
That
the
looks-
the DLC to Dead Cells.
That looks pretty cool. Like that. I
Yeah,
don't know what.
I put that as one of my honorable mentions.
Oh, okay.
And I've never played Dead Cells at all. But
Same.
seeing that, I'm like, that looks fire. I might get Dead Cells to cop that DLC. Like,
Same, dude. If they haven't had talks about giving them the next Castlevania series, they fucking should, because it looks like they nailed the art design, the animations, everything in it just looks. Somehow it looks like old school, but updated. Like it just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It
That's
looks-
exactly what caught my attention. And if it wasn't for Pucho, I would have never even heard of Castlevania at all. And I fucking love it on Netflix. Like, very good show. So this game or this DLC.
hold on, is this another series that you just have never heard or played the games, but the Netflix series is what got you into the
No.
game
I've
series?
seen the games. I never really cared to play them. But you told me, hey, you should try Castlevania on the show. It's pretty good. Like, did you ever play the game? I was like, no, I never played the game, but I'll watch the
It
show.
is.
Oh man, Tony plays
is.
Symphony of the Night, the 1-Up series.
Just off the strength of watching. Sorry, the context here is that Tony has never played Resident Evil, but he loves the Resident Evil movie series. So
Interesting.
That's a fact.
Did you start
We're seeing a
watching that one
pattern.
in our last Florida trip? Because that was the first time I had seen that Resident Evil series.
I've been
was,
watching this since
Florida
the
trip.
first one. Since the first one.
No, not the
you're-
TV show. He's talking about he loves
The
the
movies,
shit that
the
came out in, like
movies,
2002.
Oh,
Yeah. I follow the movie before I follow the game. Apparently, this is like a fucking abnormal thing.
All right, I'll go next since Dewey walked away.
we could just fill in for Doey.
Yeah,
Fucking Katamari, bro.
yeah. You know Dewey's going Katamari.
Actually, what was exciting? The Sea of Stars.
Ooh, that was my next one. Facts.
Sea of Stars,
Facts.
I was like, I watched the whole trailer. I was like, nah, this is it right here.
Yeah.
It
The
looks like
Messenger was great, and apparently it's by the same people.
Yeah, I like the Messenger. This looks like a step up.
Yeah.
And you know what they're trying to do. This is basically a love letter to Chrono Trigger, which is one of my favorite RPGs ever.
Mhm.
And they even got there was a composer on Chrono Trigger, right? Yatsunori Mitsuda, I can't remember his name.
Mhm.
And he composed his ass off so hard that he went into like some type of medical shock. Like he got taken
What?
out, and the Final Fantasy composer had to like come in and finish the soundtrack to Chrono Trigger. But whatever happened to him was amazing because literally Chrono Trigger is probably my favorite video game soundtrack of all time.
I'm gonna tell you, dude.
Probably only competitive with the sequel to Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross. Both soundtracks are just absolutely incredible. Okay.
So I've been playing through Dying Light 1 and 2 recently again. And I will tell you, the Chrono Trigger dialogue it blows Dying Light's dialogue out of the water. All the conversations in Dying Light are dumb. They don't sound like real people talking to each other.
You guys
Yeah,
are
I would
gonna probably
agree.
you guys will probably make fun of me. I've always wanted to play this game, but never played it. Pikmin 4 looks amazing.
Pikmin 4 does look good.
I've never gotten a chance to play any of the other ones, but the trailer on this one looks like a Super Mario type colorful fucking explosion game.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm
I'm telling
very-
you, man, if y'all into Pikmin, check out Tinykin.
The hell's that?
It's fire.
The one that Pucho's been playing
Yeah,
recently.
I'm playing it right now. Amazing.
Yeah,
Same kind of concept. You collect a lot of little dudes and you use them to like traverse the level and solve puzzles.
Yeah, I really love Pikmin a lot, so I'm super fucking hyped for that.
This Disney Illusion Island actually looks pretty good.
Bro, you know what that
It looks like a fun little just co-op game. Like it looks like it's gonna be fun to just get four buddies together, get on the couch, and just power through that game a bit.
It's Cuphead for me.
In a
Like,
good way or
that's-
bad way?
And no, in a good way. First off, have y'all seen the Cuphead show? Pretty damn good. I like it. I'm about to say I like it, but yeah, this Illusion Island looks pretty fucking rad. And you said it's 4 players?
It's up to 4 players. I like the animation style on it. It looks a little like grungy, like a little like I don't know. It's not like the cleaned up like fancy Mickey that I'm used to seeing. Look, it looks interesting. I'm down for that one.
All right. Since Dory took my Sea of Stars, I'm gonna pull up one of my honorable mentions. I'm interested in Tron Identity. I want to see what the gameplay is actually like. Because from the trailer, it just kind of looked like chatting, which Mike Bithell has made games that are just conversations. I'm hoping it's not that.
I don't know, dude. This article is describing it as a decision-based adventure, which makes me think that it's going to be like what is that series that Dowie likes? Man from Medine and
Man of Medine.
Man of Medine and Until Dawn and all that shit where you're just making decisions.
Well, that sucks. But still, I've liked Mike Bithell's other games. I played like Thomas Was Alone, Volume, even the Solitaire Conspiracy. The guy got me to play an entire game that's solitaire.
I didn't know that was a thing that existed.
It's good. It's good. Yeah.
Question: is Splatoon that fucking good that they make a whole thing about it for the DLC alone?
People do love that series. The thing that I've heard about Splatoon is that it's a very approachable FPS game or like shooter style game for the Switch, which granted the Switch doesn't have a lot of other options there, right? So like maybe that's part of the reason why it moves so much volume, but it's also just like a colorful, fun, easy game to play. You can pick it up, you can play for like 5-10 minutes, set it down. People like good little like quick games like that.
Not only that, but it sold like 11 million copies or something like that. It's like an insane amount of copies. Splatoon 3 did really well. I hopped on the Splatoon 2 train. I love that game. The online community is fucking packed with people. It's a fun game to play online. The skill level is very high, but you could win a game by just covering the most ground with paint, your color paint. So like you don't really have to go after other players. Like it's pretty cool way that they designed the game, and it's worked for a reason.
Okay.
I'm down for this Advance Wars 1 and 2 reboot camp. I never played those when they came out, but they look like my style of game, so I'm down to play them.
Yeah, I love some strategy. I'm ready for that.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of strategy, but I really like the aesthetic of Advance Wars. Something about it just looks fun.
It looks like very friendly, family-based anime. Is what the animation looks like to me. It just looks very accessible.
yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. It for some reason it reminds me of what's that PC game you guys used to play?
FTL?
No, is it FTL with the spaceship?
There's just with the spaceships and stuff.
Yeah. I would watch an FTL
First
show.
ever recording.
Of the
classic,
Platinum
man. That's a
Junkies,
throwback.
And I was the one that was playing it too. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The boy's got good taste.
He didn't even spend half that video complaining about it. He complained a little bit, but he didn't complain as much as the Resident Evil gameplay.
This game sucks. You can't even crouch.
Yo,
Oh, this shit sucks. I can't go prone. What the fuck? Oh, look at this guy. What is he doing? This game sucks.
How did anybody play this game?
cut the fucking tapes, damn boy. Cut it.
Did people really buy this shit? It's Tony complaining about Resident Evil 5, which is absurd to me. But
Yoshi
Go
Island.
check it out. It's on our live streams.
Steve!
yeah, that's wild.
He loved that
Oh,
shit.
man.
He loved it better than Doughboy's fucking Yoshi gang bullshit that he does.
That's true.
Yeah, though. You like that?
What about you, Doy? What else you got?
I was looking at the list. There, I mean,
Is it not hitting for you?
The new Metroid Prime is pretty cool. It's not really hitting for me. I was excited to see Kirby's Dream Return to Dreamland,
Mhm.
but it's like a 3DS game. And I'm like, okay, so, if they tried to sell that game for $60, that's where I'm going to be like, nah, you guys are crossing the line now.
It'll probably be 40. I mean, the new Metroid Prime remaster is 40. I'm tempted to pick that one up because I never played that shit when it came out, when it was on GameCube. It looks interesting.
I'm sick of that shit.
So how about this? I'm gonna go super unoriginal. I'm hyped for Tears of the Kingdom. Like, I'm hyped for it.
That trailer's good, man.
The trailer's good. It looked amazing, nice and colorful. It looked darker than the previous Zelda games. I'm for it.
I want to ride that little car around, dude.
Yeah.
That little car
he
that he's
built a
on.
car. That shit just looked fun. It just looked like Nintendo's gonna make another game where we're just gonna have so much fun exploring things again. And I'm looking forward to that. Like, I've only had experiences like that once in a blue. Like, Elden Ring gave me those like a Breath of the Wild feelings of like, oh my god, you could do this, you could do that. Like, and then talking with a friend about what you've been doing. Like, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to that. I am disappointed they haven't shown any dungeons. Like, are they gonna go right back to the stupid what are they called, the divine beasts? Fucking trash. Give me 7 to 8 Zelda dungeons. Okay, that's what the fuck I want.
That's a lot. They're asking for a lot. If they didn't do, that's standard now.
I think that's standard.
How many were in the other ones?
I think A Link to the Past had like 4 overworld dungeons, and then you flipped to the other world, and then there were like 4 more dungeons or some shit like that.
A Link to the Past had 8 of those, like the dark. When you went to the dark world, you had 8 things you had to do, and you had 3 dungeons to get those pendants before you could even go to the dark world. So that right there off the string, that's 11 plus Ganon's dungeon. Plus, there's like 1 or 2 like little optional dungeons. Like, that game was packed to the brim with shit.
Shit was tough though too.
Ocarina had 3 pendants and I think 5 or 6 dungeons. I just give me some of that. All right, we got none of it. And I want the shrines to come back. I was hyped. I was happy with going to a bunch of locations and getting like these very unique puzzles. Like, I had a blast with that. So
I did like. I never played Breath of the Wild, but did they like in the trailer for Tears, like that glove? Did he have a glove like that before that he can control shit? No, right? This is a new thing. Yeah, I saw that. And I thought it was cool.
My biggest worry about with a lot of this is this hardware is getting pretty fucking old, and the last Zelda didn't really run that well. So I'm just like, I really hope they've optimized this engine so that we're not running into the FPS falling into the 20s, and it just did not play well.
Hmm.
Yep, I agree.
Maybe we'll start getting some of those rumors again. You remember they were talking about how potentially there would be a new dock they release for the Switch that would have some off-boarded like graphics capabilities or something to boost it up and keep it in line with like the next gen or something.
I feel like that would just you would not be able to bring your Switch around anymore, right? Because then
Yeah.
like what would the undocked version of that game look like?
Well, I mean, maybe, right? Because undocked, you can drop the FPS down, you can drop the resolution down, and you don't notice it as much on the smaller screen. I mean, that's one of the tricks the Steam Deck uses, right? The Steam Deck it's not pushing 60 FPS, 4K graphics. It's using whatever resolution it has and pushing a little bit lower. But because it's so small, you don't notice as much.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you guys haven't mentioned that that game Deca Police.
I have no idea.
I couldn't figure out if I was super into that one or not.
Yeah, fuck the police, bro.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah.
Not
We're
enough.
not-
Those there was like 2 or 3 like detective police games. I just it didn't pique my interest.
I've been burned by a lot of detective games. To go back to Zelda, here is something that I learned this week that is kind of embarrassing. Did y'all know that game is called Wind Waker and not Wind Walker? Because I did not know that. I've been calling it Wind Walker for years.
Whoa.
I have never heard you say Windwalker because I would have corrected you.
Very fast. Very fast. I
Yeah.
would have corrected you. Yeah.
Yeah, for years I've thought that game was called Wind Walker, and I always thought it was a weird title. I was like, he doesn't fly or anything. He's just taking a ship around. It's a weird name
The
for the game.
Windwalker.
I think it's the wake that your ship creates. Shout out to the Wii U version of that game, all right? Where you could just always make the wind blow you wherever you want to go. Cause bro, that game sucked. In the GameCube, you would be like, you'd be trying to go in this direction, and the wind would just be blowing against you, and you're like, how the fuck am I gonna get north if it's just blowing me south? So you'd have to play these games where you're pointing like east, and it'll blow you a little bit, and you'd go and then turn it north, and then, so you're doing like this wagging thing to get, and it was horrible. It was one of the worst things.
That's how real ships sail. Apparently,
Yeah,
they do, or they used to do like diagonal paths like that. It was crazy stuff, man.
I don't want to get in a real boat.
This Omega Strikers looks like it could be a fun one for us to play together if playing online with the Nintendo Switch wasn't one of the most miserable experiences in the fucking world.
Facts. We'd be all on Discord chatting while playing the game, but then you can't hear the game because you got your headphones on. It'd be some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it looks cool. It's like a soccer / like I don't know. Disc.
Looks like a multiplayer version of like Soccer Story or something. I guess Soccer Story is technically multiplayer, but whatever.
All right. Now I want to say what I'm disappointed in. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was very hyped to see the GBA and the Game Boy like virtual consoles get added. Very disappointed in the selection of games.
Yeah.
I was like, how are you the fucking mobile game company and you release the most abysmal collection of mobile games? Like in the GBA, what do they even put out? Like Superstar Saga is fire.
Mm-hmm.
They just put shit that everybody already played. Actually, that's not even a problem. They didn't put the shit that people really want. They should have just put fucking Pokemon games. How did they not put a single Pokemon game? They could have put red, blue, yellow, gold, silver. Like people would have been fucking hyped. It would have been absurd. Like,
did you see that the Pokemon game they teased in the other titles upcoming soon was Pokemon the trading card game?
it would be Nintendo to do some bullshit like that. That's unbelievable.
It's so
I do want to
stupid,
play Minish Cap though. I never played that particular
Minish
Zelda
Cap
game.
is I really enjoyed Minish Cap, but it's not one of the people don't like it. It's like it's one of the lower rated titles. I like the graphical aesthetic, pretty much of the whole Game Boy Advance. The graphics on Game Boy Advance games are really fire, which is why I think we like the look of Advance Wars. It's like that. It has an aesthetic that's just nice. And then just the idea of like shrinking and getting or going back to normal size, like having little puzzles in like, you shrink down to get into a shoe and there's a whole fucking world in the shoe. Like, I don't know, that shit's fun to me.
Sadly, I
Listen,
never
I-
owned a Game Boy Advance. I was one that just
Good.
slipped right through the cracks.
I don't know
Game
how
Boy
I got
SP?
one.
Was so
Yeah, I
fucking
had the
dope.
SP, the clamshell.
It was so fucking fire.
Well, I mean, it was so cool. Like you could flip that just into your back pocket, walk around with it, flip it out on the bus, the subway. Like it
Yeah,
was
when
perfect.
I used to work at the elementary school, I just had an SP in my pocket all the time, and every now and again I'd hit the just fiend out playing. 15 minutes, close it, put it away. Yeah, that shit was fire. Yeah, I had a blast with that shit.
That's Doey with Marvel Snap right now. Goes and takes a bathroom break. He's just there on the toilet playing his Marvel Snap, getting in a quick
I've-
game.
Several different
I've been
mobile
playing
games
it
that
too,
I play
though. I'm
while
not
I'm
gonna
on.
lie.
Yeah.
The other trash thing, all right, and I know they're not gonna want to do it because Zelda is the main thing. But where's my Super Mario sequel? Okay, I love the shit out of Odyssey. Give me Odyssey 2 or give me some other bullshit name. I don't care, but I want my Mario sequel. Where
I
is it?
think we're going to get more Mario news. I think there's going to be a surprise Nintendo Direct next month because Nintendo always does that March 10th, this Mario Day thing. I think the 30th or 35th or some such anniversary is coming up. It's one of the bigger ones. We're going to get some kind of Mario announcement, I would think, in the next month or so.
And I'm pretty sure the Mario Universal Park opens this month or next month.
Mhm.
And the movie comes out in April. It feels like the timing is ripe to give me a fire Mario game that isn't like, you know what? I'm with Tony. I don't want no more collections or remasters of Mario games. Those things could go to fucking hell. All right, you can play every Mario game on every fucking console ever at this point. It's like, just give me new shit. I don't need you to repackage. What's the one they like so much? The one that was on DS, the new Super Mario Bros. That shit is on every fucking console. I'm sick of it.
I'm
Give me
calling
the
it.
shit.
I'm calling it right now. We're getting another Nintendo Direct within the next month and a half or so. It's going to be all Mario. It's going to be like damn near all Mario content.
Wouldn't be mad at that. They'll just follow the hype
You
train.
get Treasure Tracker 2. You're gonna get Luigi's Mansion, whatever the fucking sequel is. You're gonna get the sequel to Odyssey. There's gonna be
A new WarioWare.
a new Mario Rabbids, a new Wario game. Mario just has so many like spin-off series. There's Mario Kart, Mario Party, Mario
Super Mario RPG Part 2.
Yo, bro, if they come out with a new Mario RPG, that would make me lose my shit. Okay.
I just hope that one day that Nintendo could just get over this whole not dropping prices or giving any type of deals. Because there's games I would like to play, but I'm not paying $60 for some old.
Nintendo knows that she's a 10. Okay, she's not gonna lower her standards for you, Tony.
Facts.
I like
That's
I
it.
like that
That's what it is.
I like that they sell games on Humble Bundle now. They sell Nintendo games. You can buy the digital copy through Humble. But it doesn't matter. The price is exactly the same as buying it through the store. What is the point? Why would I pay the same price and go through another store?
That bullshit.
Some Nintendo shit.
Nintendo's
Nintendo's unique.
I know you guys don't like Mario Kart at all, but that Yoshi Island booster course pass, the Wave 4 looks pretty good. I mean, y'all need to play it, bro. I remember Doe used to love playing it, but then he stopped.
I go back and I boot it up just to try out the new courses, and I just feel like what Nintendo always does with us with basically everything they do, whether it's the new GBA games, the new Game Boy Advance, the Game Boys, the fucking Mario levels are like a drip feed. It's like 4 levels. Like, can y'all step it up in there and like finish these out? Because it just feels like drip feeding. Just giving us the bare amount. Like, here you go. Here's your scraps.
But bro,
And that'll be $20, please.
Yeah.
like Luca loves playing Mario Kart because you can put all these settings to where he doesn't have to do nothing but hold the stick. Bro, he sits there and just plays it, and it's just like, damn. Now it's kind of like, okay, let me start playing the game as well. But like I said, Nintendo's online sucks so bad that maybe add a Discord to it or something so people could just chat on Discord.
No, I've heard that it's purposeful. Like Nintendo purposely has made their shit where there's not built-in voice connectivity because it limits the toxic behavior. It limits people trying to groom kids. Like it pulls away a lot of the potential for bullshit, at least, is what they claim.
Yeah. Make an adult area for it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no one's ever clicked yes on are you 18 or older and lied about it.
There's honest people out there, Mateo.
Yeah, those things are just there for liability purposes. Like they could be like, they told me, which that shit don't hold up in court. You can't be like, Your Honor, she said she was 18.
I gave her I told her to write down her birth date on this piece of yeah, that shit would not hold up. But yeah, it works for technology companies apparently.
It's crazy.
The biggest lie, are you a robot? I'll be like, yes.
You know, man, sometimes I think I might be. I failed some captchas recently that has me guessing.
You know you fucking up when Google's like, click on all the traffic lights, and you're like, you start clicking on them, and then it starts throwing more pictures at you. You're like, am I a robot? You're like, clicking on the fucking... That should be like, this is insane. It's like, all right. Now click all the buses. You're like, fuck, I already clicked on, and then you click on the bus. Yeah, I don't know. Google just keeps throwing more pictures at you.
My favorite, the bicycles. Click all the bicycles. I'm like, ooh.
Talking about clicking, click that subscribe button. Click that notification bell. Click that share button. Share us with all your friends, your family. Hit that comment button. Let us know. As my, I want to say Beaumont's phrase, but I forgot it. It was a good phrase.
We don't even care if you're a robot. If you're a robot, you can still click that like. You can still hit that subscribe. We don't mind.
Not one bit. Drop your comments. Tell us what you like. I'll chat with you.
Facts. Argue with us about something.
Check out our Discord.
Facts. We're on Discord. Go in the group. Join us.
I don't want no fucking bots on the Discord.
No, yeah, no bots.
Back. Not on the Discord. I don't want no fucking bots.
I've kicked some bots out of our Discord.
But yeah, for our next topic, stereotypes. Are they wrong, even if they have a little bit of truth to it? I mean, some people can get offended, some people can't. What do you guys think? You're on mute, though.
I would say the way that I would introduce it is that stereotypes are only here because they are based off of some sort of truth. Now, they wouldn't not be like, you wouldn't see it stay around if it wasn't based in some sort of truth. Now, I do think there are some really unfair ones. And that, you know what I mean?
Like,
that there's just, they cover such a wide, that women don't know how to navigate, because I know a lot of women that don't know how to navigate, but I do know women that know where the fuck they're going and, you know, where shit is in the city and stuff like that. But, or like women can't drive. Because I've seen plenty of male drivers that are just the same. Like, they just suck.
I mean, although from the last episode, you did call your mom the violator.
My mom was the violator. All right? But my mom didn't get us killed. But my mom did a whole bunch of wild shit, right?
My grandmother too, bro. She used to, like, when she's driving and there's an accident, she'll let go of the steering wheel and turn to the right to see. It's like, yo, what are you doing, bro? And it's not because she's a woman or anything. It's just, I think she's just old and just.
I had a buddy that when he was first learning to drive and we were riding around with him back in high school, when he would check his blind spot, the car, he would turn the car ever so slightly every time he was checking that blind spot.
That's hilarious.
My main concern with the stereotype stuff, though, is like, people like to say that stereotypes are based in some truth. I don't know if that's right. I don't even know if that's true. Like I acknowledge that somebody must have had some experience with, like, you know, women being bad drivers or something like that, and then that stereotype just sort of came about, or maybe it came about back when just women didn't drive,
or they weren't allowed to. Or...
Yeah, like men kind of ruled the world for a very long period of time, and women just, you know, within the last, like, what is the 60s now? So it's like 60 years. They just started getting the rights to vote, drive, you know, do different things. It's like, sorry, not drive, like work and shit like that. So it's like they haven't had the need to be in cars and travel and do things like that. So it's like maybe the stereotype came about when all those women were first learning how to drive. But like, if you look at the statistics, right? What are the stereotypes, right? Old people can't drive, Asians can't drive, women can't drive. But if you look at the stats on all of these things, they get in less car accidents than other demographics. So it's like, where is the stereotype coming from that people are like labeling those people as bad drivers? Like, I don't know.
I think the military guys that buy the Dodge Chargers and the Demons, I think that stereotype is real. All right. That's a real stereotype. Yo, I feel like there is specific people at the dealership specifically for those military people. Like, just because they know how to get them every time.
As soon as the military person walks in and they're just like, yep, I'm planning on using a military discount. They're like, yep, we have the Chargers right over here.
Right over here. The
Let me take-
Demons.
Let me
right
take
over
you to
here.
our military section. It's
Yeah.
just Chargers.
Chargers and Hummers.
Trackhawks? Would you like a Trackhawk?
But no, yeah, like some of the stereotypes are just like, I mean, there's obviously there's different levels of stereotypes, right? Like people, like the white guys who would do dreads and shit on the beach or whatever. They're like the beach bums. They're trying to be hip and trying to be cool. People, even some of the black community would look down on those guys and be like, yo, y'all just acting like y'all want to be black or something.
There's this thing that I came across. This just made me think of it. There's this thing I came across the other day. It's these doormats that this brand sells. This brand called Dime Bags. They make like smell-proof bags and things like that, right? But they sell these doormats. Obviously, all their products are, it's targeted towards like people that smoke weed and things like that. But they make these doormats that that the doormat says "come back with a warrant," and that kind of cracks me up. But imagine that you have a doormat that says "come back with a warrant." Is there a bigger like way to announce to the entire community in the world at large that something shady's happening in your house than to have that doormat?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's just a red flag. You're just pretty much saying, yeah, I got some paraphernalia, large amounts of paraphernalia in here that could be sellable, but need a warrant. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
There is this phenomenon which I really don't support the police like that, but I do have to like notice that there is a type of person that comes up a lot in these police videos, and it's like, yo, some of these people are really fucking annoying, and I'd be feeling bad for the police. I'm like, yo, I feel bad that you have to deal with this much bullshit on a daily basis. Like, shit does not seem like what I want to be doing on a day-to-day.
The main type of videos that have actually made me feel like bad for the police or cheer for the police? Those fucking sovereign citizen videos,
Yes,
dude.
those are the people I'm talking about. The people that they'll go in the police thing and start recording the clerks. Why are you recording? It's a law. I can do it.
I'm a sovereign citizen. Your law holds no bounds over me.
I said, oh, you work for me. You work for
Those
me.
are the best. Those really get the cops going. Like, oh yeah, okay. My tax
There's not
dollars is paying for your fucking car. Or whatever the fuck this. Yeah, that's shit is ridiculous.
Well, a lot of the sovereign citizens also don't believe in paying taxes, though. So, like, there's some overlap there with some of those fringe opinions.
Yeah.
But yeah, the one thing that's interesting too, right? And I'm not defending any of these cops that do bullshit, but like the perception that cops just like kill mad unarmed people or mad unarmed black people, like, it's not really accurate. Like, it happens. It's terrible when it happens. The cops should be convicted and all of that. But it kind of sucks that like this happens there's maybe like a dozen times a year or something like that, which is probably too much. I'm not saying that it's an acceptable number, but it's shit that like everybody gets painted with this broad brush by like those types of situations, I think there's only like 100 something people since like 2015, since like this like time frame, like when people started like really keeping track of all this bullshit. It's only been like a couple, like 150 people or something like that have been shot. Unarmed people getting shot by cops. It's like, It's terrible, but it's kind of shit that like blanket all cops are, you know, these unarmed killers, you know?
The one problem, the biggest problem with me when I look at, because everyone has a job to do, right? How do you stop someone who does not want to be arrested? Like, eventually somebody's gonna get hurt in that interaction. Like, and I'm trying to think about like what way could they have done this differently to where this outcome didn't happen.
Well, there's a lot of like de-escalation training and shit like that hasn't really caught on as like a mainstay of like the police force in most areas. There's some de-escalation techniques. There's some they're saying that even having cops with like tasers ready to go increase the likelihood of an encounter entering in violence, because the perception we all have of tasers is it's non-lethal, there's no risk. The reality is you can still fucking kill someone with a taser. Like if someone's got a heart condition, there's all kinds of factors.
You could do permanent damage.
There's a lot of risk with this, but it's now seen by a lot of people at large because it's non-lethal or less lethal or whatever as a legitimate de-escalation tactic. And it's not. There is no situation that you're going to de-escalate by causing violence to another person. All it does is hype up the other person. It's like trying to stop a fight at a bar and telling someone, you just need to calm down. That doesn't work. That never works. That would never work, telling someone to calm down.
Yeah, I think honestly that is the main it seems to me that would probably be a better approach. Like right now, like increasing the level of violence to detain somebody doesn't seem to be a good way to like, you know, get them to do what you want. You know what I mean? You either gotta use enough violence that now their life isn't in jeopardy. You know what I mean? And that's probably not a good move. Like,
you want to
I
know,
think the de-escalation is probably a safer way to do it. And I'm interested in there's other countries that these cops don't carry guns or weapons like the American cops do. I wonder what it looks like over there when people just don't want to be arrested. You know what I mean?
I think Harvard and these big universities need to do a study on 6th Street in Austin, all right? Because people getting fucked up on that street every night of the week, bro. And those cops, they come with their whistles. There's mace spraying everywhere. I would like to just one day go over there with you guys and we just sit and just watch all the chaos. It's almost every week there is a video on World Star of 6th Street, of some fight on 6th Street, titties out, and it's like, is this a stereotype that you can go to this place and you're gonna see a ratchet ass fight or something like that?
In Austin, 6th Street is definitely the place where like you tell someone you're going there, like, oh, let me mentally prepare myself for this kind of night out. I thought we were just gonna go have drinks. I didn't realize we were gonna go and watch some fights and see some crazy shit.
So
I leave my nice jewelry at home.
So I just typed up 5 trigger stereotypes, like trigger like people. And the first one that came up here was people who love cats are lonely. Then the one that follows up right behind.
I believe that. I don't trust your cat
What?
lovers.
I wasn't lonely when I had my cat.
I saw a video the other day on Twitter.
Y'all just be sitting there, I'm so lonely. You keep petting your cat. That's all
I saw this video on Twitter of this girl sharing watermelon with her cat. The same slice of watermelon. She's eating out of it. The cat's eating right next to her. Disgusting. Gross as hell. Cats lick themselves clean after they step into a litter box. Don't do that.
Another one, people without college degrees aren't smart.
Wait, what?
People without college degree aren't smart. Yeah, that they're dumb. If you don't have a college degree, you're dumb.
Yeah, that one's a dumb stereotype.
Yeah,
it's a trigger thing. Single women over 30 are sad.
I don't think so, honestly.
Yeah,
I think the 30s are a rad time in your life. I think it's a real cool time to really just kind of explore yourself and do your own thing.
Yeah.
And then women aren't strong leaders. These are all top trigger fucking stereotypes.
These are stereotypes I've never even heard of.
Yeah, I've never even heard of these.
I've heard of the strong woman not being strong leaders.
I'm in the tech world, so like unfortunately, like women have a hard time in the tech world. So I haven't had a lot of like women leaders in my life, but the ones I have had have been badasses. Like all the ones that I've interacted with and known.
Wait, they have a hard time.
I want to
in
say
this
most
world?
of the leaders at my job are women, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. My favorite manager I've had was a woman. So
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. The best manager I've ever had. Probably the best manager I'll ever have in my entire life.
I tend to like male doctors, or not male doctors. I tend to like women doctors. I feel like all the male doctors that I've ever had are like, I see them for 30. I go to the doctor. It takes an hour and a half to go to the doctor with the waiting room and all the extra nonsense. And I see the doctor for all of 30 seconds whenever it's a male doctor. They're in the room. They write me a prescription. They're out of the room. And that's the entire interaction.
But there's pros and cons to that. I also like a woman doctor. My doctor now is a woman. And when she talks to me, I feel like she cares. She's listening. She's asking questions. But when I'm in the waiting room waiting, she's taking too fucking long with each one of these fucking people. You know what I mean? It's like I'm in there for an hour. Like, what the fuck is going on?
You want that
I don't know.
exclusivity for yourself.
Facts. I want in and out, but I want the love.
Something about having a woman inspect my body makes me feel weird.
Really?
Like,
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. I'd spend
Like
a lot of time.
having a woman tell me to take my pants off so she could cut my balls and cough. It's like it feels like
Like I'm cheating?
feels like this is beyond the patient-doctor relationship here, okay?
That's why I always feel like it's weird when I see gynecology as a male-dominated industry. I'm like, wow, it's like it must be weird for women to have
My
to
wife
go
says
and-
she hates that shit. She don't want no male gynecologist.
No, I
Even if
feel
he's the
you.
best at it?
I don't know. She doesn't like the idea of a
just-
man spreading her vagina wide open and looking into it. It makes her uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't think I would be uncomfortable. Like, I'm not uncomfortable when my doctor cups and checks, you know what I mean? But it's just like,
Yep. Yeah, we grew up with no health insurance, so we went to like the cheapest clinic that we could. So for like physicals and things, it was just whichever doctor was available. So I've had,
Yeah.
males and females do like the physical and cut my balls and make me cough and all that. I don't have any preferences on that.
I don't think I've ever had a woman check my balls. Thank God.
I want
that
to.
would make me uncomfortable.
I want to say when it was a woman doctor that was doing like the check on me, they always had like a nurse come in or something to I guess observe and make sure there was no like funny business happening or make sure nothing was being violated or some such.
I had a doctor be racist to me when I was a kid with my mom in the room.
Oh, that's
Well,
fucked.
kind of. I don't know. Kind of. I guess he was kind of scolding my mother because I was overweight when I was young. It started when I was like 6 or 7. I started having to take this asthma medicine, prednisone, and it's a steroid, so it made me big. Like I just had to take it so much, I just started to gain a lot of weight.
Yeah, it increases your appetite a lot.
Yeah, and so it was hard for me to like lose the weight, and then like the doctor was like, "You see, that's what's wrong with you people." And he's like, "What do you want? You want us to have to come in here one day and cut your tits off?" And I was like,
How old were you?
I was like 7. I was like young. I was, or
wow.
6 years old. Yeah. You see this guy? Yeah. So he was just really
he's a
like
piece of shit, bro. That's
He wouldn't have pulled that move if you went to the doctor with your dad.
yeah.
Oh no,
for
yeah,
sure.
hell no.
He
He
just
would
put like, oh man, if I was, I would have fought. I would have just.
My
fought
mom
the
got
doctor.
really upset when, and but I feel like a lot of men, they will take advantage of a situation if there's a woman there, and you'll see this in like auto part places.
That's
You'll
another
see it
stereotype
in like
too. That is-
parking garages in New York. If you just are a woman, they'll overcharge you, bro, for parking. It's crazy. And if you pay cash, a lot of those people put that shit in their pocket. But they won't do it if there's a man around. But yeah, that's also a stereotype, you think, or no?
Yeah, it's 100%.
It's an actual thing.
Like, but it's somewhat true though. It's weird to say. Like, there's not a lot of female mechanics, but
Is it true?
yes.
What are you? Where are you? What are you basing this off of?
Just off of experience. I've worked in the industry
Yeah,
with
I'm
mechanic
good.
and all that, and I know for a fact, bro. Like literally,
Is this when you worked in the auto industry? I'm just asking. Was this when you were a part of the auto industry and when he had a blob
I had a
in
titty
his
on my
wheel?
car apparently.
I
We
knew,
in
I
the
knew that's
business.
where
We
he
in
was
the-
going with it. I
Yeah.
knew that's where he was going with it, this fucking piece of shit. But yes.
That's what we in the auto industry
Yeah, that's
call
one of the worst things you could
a
say.
tit.
That's
tit.
one of the worst things you could say is like, I know this stereotype is true. What am I basing it off of? My experience. It's like
Yeah.
that does not describe the totality of people.
And I'm not
Like, you
saying
could have just grown up. Your experience could have just been around a bunch of pieces of shit. So that group of pieces of shit did that. No other mechanic in the world behaves that way. But you just have this view that this is how mechanics are. Like it's not. That doesn't seem like the way to form
so
opinions.
out
is
of
based
10
off
different out of 10 different fucking events, 9 out of 10 have been the same
Events.
outcome. Like, yeah, like I'd be in a fucking mechanic shop waiting for my car to get repaired. Excuse me, waiting for my car to get repaired. A woman comes in and this dude is trying to sell her everything in the fucking book. She has to call her husband. Then the husband has to get on the phone, or someone, she had to bring a friend with her. Like, I've seen this shit. So it's not like I'm just saying like, oh, we're just blindly saying it's the truth. It's just like there is some truth behind that stereotype. Like, not every girl knows mechanic, but there are some that are better than men. And I know men who don't know shit about mechanic.
Here's
Anything about it.
Here's a stereotype that I believe in very strongly. Car salesmen, kind of greasy, kind of grimy people in general.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all dirtbags.
No, for sure.
All the buddies that I've known that like previously worked as car salesmen, and like Pucho said, this is really weak evidence, but we're gonna roll with it. All the buddies I know that have worked as car salesmen in their life, they quit they quit those jobs because they did not like having to screw people over. They didn't like having to upsell them on a bunch of bullshit they didn't need. It
Not
made them
only
feel
that-
bad.
And not only that, they not only that they screw people over like majorly and royally, like really, like to the point where it's almost like a drug dealer. You start selling someone a drug, and then after a while, you see them coming back, and their clothes are more raggedy, and they are like they're not driving a car anymore. They're coming to you in a bike, and like you slowly see that you're destroying this person's life. It's like. It's wild to me the way car dealerships get away, and there's this jargon. It's the worst. I hate when I go into a place and there's a jargon or a way people start to speak to you. It's real weird.
So I have a friend of the family. Well, he's a family member. I'm not gonna say names, but he himself has told me, "Oh, I bagged another one today. X amount of dollars over the this and that." And I'd be like, "Damn, could they got it cheaper?" Yeah, but that's not the point. I'd be like, "Damn."
Who is this?
Can't say names.
Who?
But it's just like,
Who? That's what Tony be doing if you're talking about people.
it's be like salesmen, bro. They even Easy told us too before. Like he would tell us all the time, like, yeah, bro, they're fucking slime balls. Like you can get this, this, and this by saying this. Say no to this. I'll be like, bro, that's why I hate cars, man. I hate dealing with cars, man. All that shit. That's why Carvana was
Carsman.
pretty. Carsman, yeah, salesman.
I love you, bro.
I know. When I get these
My
rants, I
favorite
just
people.
start fucking putting. Shit
I hate
together.
cars, man. Yo, but anyways, my issue though, Tone, is
Yeah.
like everything you're describing, right? Let's just say, what if only Florida mechanics were like that? There's 49 other states. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I highly doubt that, but yeah.
great. It's great that you highly doubt it, right? That's not the point, though. Whether you're right or you're wrong, it doesn't matter. It's like math class, right? Is you got the answer the wrong way. Like that's what's important. Like
But it's
saying
the
like
answer.
you can't base like have these strong opinions about things based off of like, oh yeah, I ran into 4 people and that this thing happened 4 times. Okay, I know this happens all the time. It's not.
I mean, it's
I don't
been
know.
it's
It's
been
how people fall into a lot of flawed thinking.
Well, I mean, the problem with stereotypes, right, is like you could get a supercomputer. You could get like the biggest like computational cluster in the world to run all kinds of computations, and it could probably at some point, if you tweaked it enough, you ran enough simulations, got enough data, blah blah blah, you could probably get it to like a 99.99999% accuracy predicting what a group of people would do, right? Like you could probably map out human behavior to that level. But then you take it to the individual level, you cannot predict that person's life. You can't predict what that individual is going to make, what decision they're going to make in any particular situation. You can just kind of you can have these stereotypes in your head, but they're only going to inform you, even if they are accurate stereotypes, they're going to inform you of the group, but they're not going to inform you of the individual. But we use those stereotypes to judge individuals.
I think that's really well put. That was good. Huh?
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the main problem with stereotypes is that someone might have the view women can't drive, and then they'll start hanging out with a new girl, and then they'll be like, all right, I need to drive because she sucks at driving.
Reba McEntire.
Regardless of whether that thing is true or not, which I already told you, I'm pretty sure it's false. But not that I'm pretty sure. Just the statistics show car accidents and violations, women, Asians, elderly people rank really low compared to other people. Like young men are like the worst fucking drivers in the world.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to drift, they're trying to drive fast, they're trying to drag, they're doing a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
But men are the best drivers, That's
Reba McEntire from the Little Rascals was one of the greatest race car drivers of all time.
right.
I remember that when I used to really have a crush on her.
Damn. I need
Also,
to go look
Fran
up
the
actress.
nanny. She's a stereotype. Fran the nanny, right? She's like a New Jersey or like a Long Island woman.
Do you think
That's
she
a
actually
stereotype.
talks like that in real life?
It's so hot.
Yeah.
I was like, I loved it. I was like, every
Yeah, for
second of
sure.
it.
That must be
Yeah.
the most divisive voice in the world.
Hmm. I like the King of Queens. Look at the King of Queens.
What about
Run
the
it.
King of Queens? What about it?
No. She was kind of hot too. The Scientology lady that left Scientology.
Oh,
Leanne
his
something?
wife?
Mm-hmm.
Tony, get us into this next topic.
Yeah, what the fuck? You just pointing out hot women?
This man always goes left, bro.
All I said was, I had a crush on that driver in the Little Rascals when I was a kid. And he's like, yeah, the nanny. Yeah, the nanny. King of Queens.
Just like our next topic, I would love to go back in time. Way back in time before Doughboy went to this rift that he went into. But if you had a one-way time machine, right? How would you change the world?
One way. You can't come back?
Only to one way.
Oh, that changes this question. I kind of like the change, though.
One way.
It's in there. Go back and read it. It's in there.
Although that kind of limits all of us on this podcast a little bit. We're probably not going back further than like the 1940s at most.
40s.
40s. You
At
got
40, that's
At-
a
at-
eight.
I won't go past the 80s, bro. The 80s is where I'm done.
Facts.
So you have.
I love capitalism so much. I'll go back
To the
to
prime
the
time.
mid 90s to witness the fall of the Soviet Union.
He wants
okay?
that Reaganomics straight into his veins.
No.
Man, I would go back to fucking 1992, 91, just so I can go to the corner store with $1 and just all these things I could get with one fucking dollar. All right?
I would go back in time to the late 90s, maybe like mid 90s or so, to when that doctor called Joey fat and I just bust in the room and punch him in the face.
Yo, how about when Ray had a similar experience though? A doctor was just this man was just like, "You are fat." He just kept saying that to Ray. Ray was like, "Bro, keep talking like that. We're gonna have to throw some hands. All right? I'm not tolerating that bullshit." This is when we were like 12.
You're gonna be
No
glad
way.
we're already
You
in a
need to
doctor's
stop
office.
eating. You are fat. You are. Yo, that shit was hilarious. Yo. This was when We were like trying to play football or some sport, and we needed to go to a doctor to get a physical or some shit. Like, they were wilding.
What a dick.
Yeah, pure fucking dick.
But yeah, I mean, I would love to go back in time, maybe to like 89, where I was born, the year I was born, right? And just give my family every lotto ticket winning number. Friends, family, all the real people who, like, I know who fucks with me right now. Like, yo, play this on this date. Play this on this date.
You'll
Play this on this
probably
date.
get arrested, bro. The Florida, they'll probably take you to the place where they do the lottery in Florida. And like, how do you know this information?
He's winning the Powerball every day for like 10 years.
I just got lucky. I don't know.
He's going to the gas station and being like, I want to buy a scratch off. No, not that one. No, keep rolling that.
Keep rolling.
Not that one.
Number 37 in this pack, please.
Yeah.
But the butterfly effect dictates that you could only pull that off once. Now, once you win the lottery the first time,
It
you would have
changes.
changed enough things in the world that the next numbers wouldn't even be the ones that hit.
Damn.
So
So
I'm
if-
sorry.
Here's
It's
another
like
one.
you're like Biff, who was based off Donald Trump, and you love Donald Trump, so it all makes sense. But Biff in Back to the Future too, when they went back, remember he steals the almanac from the
almanac.
future, he goes to the past, and now he has 50 years of sports betting. He's winning horse races, baseball games, basketball games, football games. He makes a fortune off of sports betting. That's what you want to be like Biff.
I love this fucking pod and how people just love to paint pictures of me. Shit is ridiculous. Bunch of fucking Picassos in here. But anyways, let me give you guys a situation. One-way time travel to change a world event. Which one would you pick to change?
Oh, that's easy, dude. First off, I'm gonna take my Steam Deck with me. Right?
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna take my Steam Deck with me because it's a one-way trip, and I'm gonna be real bored back in the
You're gonna
future
need
or in the
something.
past. I don't know how I'm gonna charge this thing. Maybe I'll have to bring a solar charger or something. We'll figure it out. But one-way trip. I'm going back to that first fish that walked out of the ocean and started like developing legs and trying to figure out how to live on land. I'm squishing him. Just stepping on that fish, and I'm gonna sit on that beach and I'm gonna keep all those fish in the water. And we'll see what the world would look like nowadays.
You're worse than Hitler. You'd be killing off billions of people, the entire future of the human race. This is-
Until fucking a dinosaur comes by and he has to fucking run for his life, yo.
That's crazy.
It's like that show on HBO. HBO Don't Miss, by the way. All right. So there's no words in the show. It's just it's like a caveman dude, and his kind of relationship with a little dinosaur, and it's just that's it. And there's no words in the show, and he's like running around killing shit for food, and it's a good show. You should check it out. I
Which
forgot
one
what it's
is that
called.
one?
I'll look it up, but the first episode is crazy, bro. It's fucking. I'm not even gonna tell you. I don't want to spoil it. It's crazy, but there's no dialogue in the show at all. There's no words. It's just he's just grunts and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
grunts. Okay.
yeah.
What about you, Doug?
It's really, and it's a cartoon. It's animation. It's fucking amazing.
What would you go back in time and change? One
I
thing.
don't want to get super depressed, but I'd try to like save my brother. But like I'd be worried about like the butterfly effect. Like, what if I save his life and then just for him to like make a mistake and go to jail for the rest of his life, and now I gotta see my brother in jail for the rest of his life, or something
That's
like
some
that.
butterfly effect, bro.
You know what I mean?
Nah,
like,
I'm saving the fuck out of Michael, bro. Hell yeah.
for sure. Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
coming in, strapped up, ready for a zombie apocalypse. Because who knows what's gonna happen? You're gonna save this guy. What if? Who knows what happens with the
Right.
butterfly effect? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now me, I would save my time travel till I'm late in life when I feel
Ooh.
I'm content with the world the life I've lived. I'm ready to die. I would try to go pre-Big Bang. I want to see what the fuck happened. I just want to see it. I don't want to change it. I just want to see it before I go. You know.
What if
and then
you go-
It's super depressing because then you can't share it with anybody. But you know.
What if you going back in time to observe it though? Changes everything because you're now part of the Big Bang. You change some of the trajectories.
Pucho's
What
the
if-
conscious of the universe.
What if, that would be fire. The universe would be great. What if Like my favorite forms of time travel, it's a closed loop, and me going back to witness the Big Bang
Is what starts the Big Bang.
creates the Big Bang, right? There's nothing there to begin with, right?
Shit.
See, we could make a sci-fi out of this. All right, just putting it out there.
That's fire. But no, yeah, I think honestly I would go back and I would probably just stop 9/11, all that bullshit.
How? There's
American-
three
the most
different
American shit
planes. How are you gonna stop them?
By killing the parents of those who made this person this evil shit
You could just go to the flight school
and find
that
the,
they
to
went
find
to,
the, to find the
and
guys
then kind of like point it
eliminate
out to
them.
the teacher, like, "Hey, isn't the stereotype kind of weird?"
Wow, that's
You start using stereotypes.
I created stereotypes by going back in time.
I like the idea of Tony having this big, huge plan to like fix 9/11, but he like mixes up the flight numbers so he gets on the wrong flight. It doesn't change a thing.
He tries to hijack the hijacked plane.
Damn, and then I'll
And
be
then
the
he's
one.
actually just hijacking the plane, and then he's trying to land it, crashes into the World Trade Center.
Yo, that's beast.
Nah, the funniest shit about Tony talking about I'm gonna stop 9/11 is just like a couple people died, a couple thousand people died on 9/11. Like, it's a horrible tragedy. Not trying to downplay it, but like the go-to should be killing Hitler, right? Like, that's, millions of people
his
died.
parents,
like,
not him.
You want to kill Hitler's parents? Go for it. Yeah, I would just want to be like in certain events throughout history just to see how things went down. Like, I would want to witness, like, I would be just curious, like, how these different events happened. Like, I don't know, like being in the room when Abraham Lincoln got shot, or you could go and see the JFK assassination. Go hang out by the grassy knoll, okay? See if anybody was over there. You know what I mean?
Shit.
It turns out that you shot JFK. You found a gun there on the grassy knoll. You saw an assassin in the car in the crowd, and you missed.
Wow.
That
Everything
butterfly
corrects
effect
itself.
is crazy. Yeah.
That's creepy.
What if you go back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, like 5 months before the bombing of Black Wall Street, and you just train them all up on modern weapons and give them a bunch of like anti-aircraft guns and whatnot?
That would be fire.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
That would be a dramatic change. Nah, it probably wouldn't change that much. When
The
all those black
army
people
would've
killed
went
those
in
white
and
people, the army
destroyed.
would have came in and killed them. all.
Yeah.
Fair.
But you come in with some tanks and some like assault rifles and shit. Come with like some real weapons. They ain't ready for that type of warfare. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine you pull up with a bunch of AK-47s, drop them off in Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? Like, the army's gonna come up and be like, "Damn, we out here trying to shoot these people." What is the 1930s?
1920s, something like that.
Right? That's like pre M1 Garand and shit. Like, the guns are trash. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they probably ain't ready for all that smoke. And then we're gonna hit them with them choppers. Like, they ain't ready for that.
Hit him with some javelin missiles.
I would love to go back to see the first nuclear bomb go off. I was always curious. I was always curious. I just, like, from a distance though, right? But like, they used to test it out in the ocean and shit. So I would just love to see like.
Oh, you want to go to one of like the bombing tests or something? They used to invite the public to come to those things that they were doing when they were developing.
A lot of those people got sick, by the way.
Oh yeah, facts because of the
Right.
But I'm saying like
It's what made Big Boss sterile. Okay, for people who don't know. All right, he witnessed a test. All right, and it fucked up his gonads. So,
A buddy of mine is talking about going to New Mexico because they have this thing that they do twice a year where you can go and tour one of like the nuclear bomb like testing sites, and you can like walk around. They do like a big tour with like the military PR people and things like that. They give you like Geiger counters to like go around with because there's still some trace amounts of radioactivity there.
that's
Supposed to be crazy stuff.
Insane, bro. I don't know. Also,
yeah, man. If you watch Chernobyl, you'll just see how crazy like radioactive things are.
HBO don't miss, dude.
HBO don't fucking miss.
Yo,
all right?
HBO, man, give us a deal. We out here. All right, we out here. Give us.
Yeah,
a
the
deal.
guy who made Chernobyl made the Last of Us show.
Wait, what?
Ah.
Really?
Yep.
Damn.
Fire.
But anyways, the show on HBO is called Primal, an applicable name,
Primal.
and it's like a thick ass caveman dude just chilling with a dinosaur.
A baby dinosaur.
The
or is it
beginning is
grown?
tragic as fuck. This is terrible.
I feel like that's every HBO show has like a tragic opening and then the first episode really set the tone, make you realize, oh, this show's gonna fuck me up.
Would you guys want to go back? All right, if you could go, if I send you one way, right, to the beginning of time, Adam and Eve, what would you do? Would you stop her fucking it all up?
We're talking about if like the apple and the snake and
If
all
all
this
that was
real.
yeah, if people believed in it. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? We already know how Pucho feels, but if that was all real, would you go back and stop her?
I
Hell
think
yeah.
that the symbolism of the apple is that it's supposed to be knowledge, right? Like it's world knowledge is the ability to like it's like the ability to learn and to get out of this naive world they were in. I think that I would allow that to happen. I don't want to just live in like naked ignorant bliss.
I'd rat that bitch out. I'd be like,
Ew.
ooh. I'd be like, ooh. That bitch about to do some wild ass shit. Stop her.
Though you about to get on Fresh and Fit. He's gonna go to Adam and be like, "Don't side with this chick. Don't side with her. You gonna get fucked up."
Yep. Yo.
Yeah, he's saying fuck all them, and then only the women will live in sin, and then men will be good.
I want to go help out Lilith, man. I want to go help out that first woman that they got rid of, and they said she was too unruly.
You know what?
Oh shit.
I'd go back and tell my boy Job to get the fuck out of there, to take his family and go, because God's about to wage a bet with the devil against you, and you don't want to be around for this bullshit, bro. But God's about to kill your entire family. Get out of here. My
I'm
God,
not
that I
familiar
love.
with this. What happened?
The story of Job makes me hate God. I was like, what is this? God is just a fucking betting.
Yeah, it's basically
casino
God.
fuck.
God makes a bet with the devil that he can fuck up Job's entire life, and Job will still worship him.
I've never heard of this story.
Yeah. So Job, he kills Job's entire family, like barbarians raid and destroy his shit. Then he gives him a leprosy, a really bad disease. And Job still praises his name. And God's like, aha, you see, devil? He still praises my name.
And
it's
everyone's like,
That's
what a
fucked.
good God.
yeah.
It's fucked.
Yeah, they're trying to show you when you're hit with all of life's woes, don't turn your back on God.
I'd go back
I mean,
in
you
time.
shouldn't. If you think about it, right? You're only going to be on this world for like 70, 80 years, right? Then you get an eternity, eternal bliss. Eternal, like it's a small price to pay.
Yeah,
I'd
but
go
that's
back
a
in time
hard
and
price.
I'd fill Noah's Ark with termites.
Wow,
Damn.
what a piece of
Just
shit.
damn the world again. He's trying to kill everybody.
That's
For real,
crazy.
this is
yo.
a
I
real-
would want to. I would witness the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. I want to see if he walks out that cave 3 days later. I want to see what's going on. You know
Would
what
you
I'm
be a
saying?
believer then?
I personally, go ahead. Would you be a believer?
Maybe. It would
What if-
depend.
What if you went back in time and you saw
It
the
would depend on
crucifixion?
how much hands-on experience I got with the guy. Like I would want to confirm that he's dead as shit, and then he's dead for 3 days, and then he's the one who rises up and walks out. Yeah, I would have a hard time not believing.
What if
I
you go
have
back?
you-
What if you go back in time to the crucifixion and you see Jesus finally come down with the cross on his back and all that shit, and you find out that he actually was like a ripped, like 6-pack having white dude. Like it's the
Oh.
weirdest, wildest thing.
I have a theory.
Oh,
When we got hit by that asteroid that killed all the dinosaurs, that's when like all the crazy shit started happening, because that asteroid introduced elements into our Earth, which caused hallucinations and shit like that, and all sorts of crazy shit going on. And I think we had magic at one point, but we lost it because we took too much of the meteorite. We took it, we used it all.
That's like the opposite of the story in The Witcher. I think in The Witcher, like 2 planets like collide or some shit like that, and that's how all the monsters get to the Earth,
Ah.
and magic gets invented and all of that. Before that, everybody was just living normal lives.
Yeah, the alignment or the orb alignment. I don't understand the world of The Witcher. Honestly, I didn't play enough of the games to know all the weird shit in that show.
Same.
gotta watch the show, man. Explains
Do you think there were
everything.
like wizards out here, like Harry Potter shit?
Back in the day,
Think J.K.
medieval.
Rowling got it right?
All back in the day, yeah. I think there was some shit go up in the biblical days, in the Noah days. There was some shit going on.
I want to see Jesus walk on water. I want to see him turn that
Facts.
water into wine. I'd be a believer.
If you could go back to medieval times and you could take one device with you, what are you taking?
That's crazy.
Medieval times, you
Yeah.
said?
Mm-hmm. And you want to give yourself the best life possible. You want to like have as good as like as pleasant a time as you can have in the medieval times. What device are you taking with you to help in this?
M60.
So that's a good
I'm
choice.
just punching holes in everybody's armor. The king's gonna fuck with me. He's gonna be like, yo, this motherfucker right here, his shit, blah, I'm gonna shoot the king right there. Then they're gonna make me king. I'll just take over the king and be like, all right, but and then I'll probably get assassinated pretty quick. So it's probably not a good strategy. Long term, I'll probably get poisoned, but you know.
I was thinking some Ash Williams stuff where he has the shotgun, he shoots the deadite, everyone bows down to him. They're like, this man's got a shotgun. We better worship him.
They might name you devil though.
I know what I'll take. A fucking tank. Ain't nobody stopping me. I'll sleep in that bitch. I'll be chilling in that bitch. Ain't nobody gonna stop me. Who's gonna? Well, you want to battle me? Sure. One turn, one click, 300 dead. Fuck out of here. I am pure God now. That's how that shit works. Ain't nobody stopping the
Yeah,
tank.
it would be unlikely, but they could probably fuck up a tank though. Like,
I feel
With
like they
what?
could take a tank.
With what's
like
their fucking
you've never seen those
sword?
fucking. No,
An
you know they had
A1?
other.
An
They had other
M1
tools?
Abrams.
Yeah, you never seen a trebuchet?
That fucking
Those
that
things are
little rock
flinging.
shit, the
Those
rock
things are
shit, they're
flinging impossibly large rocks, soaring through the air. Let that shit hit one of your tracks.
Bro,
You're fucked.
I'm on
Yo.
the
Like, you're
move,
fucked.
bro.
Hit them,
I'm
hit them
fucking
guys with a depleted uranium round. All right.
What is the range of a tank? How long are you going to be able to drive that tank around for until you're just stuck in the middle of a
It's
field?
solar powered. All right.
He'll
We got
encounter
solar
one
panels.
hill. He'll encounter one hill and be like, I'm stuck here forever.
That'd be the hell I die on. Like for real.
Now, they got amphibious tanks too that you
Yeah,
could
they
just
do.
go right into water and shit. So they're pretty mobile.
I mean, the logic thing is like Pucho said: a suppressed rifle, thousands of rounds, keep it moving. You got to kill only one or two people to make an example. That's it.
Yeah, but then you have to do maintenance on the gun, and then what happens then?
nothing. You just do maintenance on the gun. Like, what's the problem with doing maintenance on the gun?
I need something that's practical, something that I could. I'd bring a bicycle.
Oh my fuck!
There's
not a
no
bad-
fucking roads, bro.
What the fuck?
It's
Are you
all right.
I mean, if you,
Bicycle.
if you
Like-
took like a dirt bike or something,
Yeah,
that's not a
something-
bad choice.
You need those tires that are made of like the essence of rubber.
Yeah.
Like there's no, it's not an air tire. It's just
Straight
rubber.
rubber.
Yeah, so it's like
My dad
all
bought
in
me one of those when I was a kid. The shit is like a rock. I used to ride that. I would see glass and I would turn to it. Because there was no air in the tires. It was just like nothing. They're indestructible. Like it's absurd.
I mean, theoretically, if you were going back during medieval times, I would bring back a lot of medicine because you're going to be the most important motherfucker there.
I actually wonder, like, if you were to go that far back, would you just bring some kind of modern disease that would just wipe out civilization?
Holy
pretty
shit.
much because we have our vaccines, so we'd be bringing the disease.
I'll hit him with a little bit of COVID here, a little bit of COVID there.
You
Have a good
infect
day.
yourself with COVID and then go back in time.
I've yet to catch that shit, thank God. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, we would fucking destroy them. That's why there's that fucking little island that has like those like old tribe. I forgot what it's called, but supposedly none of us, like no humans, can go
Where
over
the
there.
white man went to try to, he tried to introduce them to Jesus and got an arrow in the heart.
Man got killed quick.
I would bring a Snuggie. Like, you remember those Snuggies? I'd bring a Snuggie and a big sack full of those cracked glow sticks, and I would just try to paint myself as a wizard with my ability to make lights.
I'd bring body wash. and then introduce everyone. Look, clean yourselves, and then you gotta go from the ancient history. The man came with the body washer and showed us to wash our legs.
He's changing all of history. We could be in a golden age right now.
Those white women that were like, we don't wash our legs, they'd be leg washers. And who knows?
That's
Could be in the second Renaissance right now.
Well,
wait. One more. Talking about Renaissance, the Harlem Renaissance would be cool to go back and see.
Hell yeah.
When
absolutely.
Harlem was booming and people were like, yeah, see? Yeah. And they'd be walking like this.
The black people weren't doing that. What you talking about?
I don't know, but they talk
That's
like
like
that.
that's
I'm
like
just saying.
Italian shit. Yeah, see? It's like the stereotypical fucking the cartoon Italian, the Italian monster.
But like any Renaissance would be kind of cool, I guess, to live through. Like a
It'll
height
be.
in a time where like things were really like to watch the moon landing or be a part of that. Like seemed like a cool time.
well, ladies and gentlemen, if you stuck with us through this whole entire episode, hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit that follow, comment. We're out here. We're loving it. Just share us,
It's like
man.
McDonald's.
Well, join our Discord. We're in there texting every day, messaging. We got a bunch of channels. Let us know what you like to do, what you like, what you don't like, what games, what books, whatever you're doing into. We have a Discord for it. Come and join us. But as always, people, go one up yourself.